Yeah.
Oh, those are pretty.
Those are the ones you were looking at, Michael. That's why I stayed behind.
Hey, look, they go with this hat. Thank you. Okay, so now that it's been a minute since I've been filming, I'll start the video. So I know it's been a hot minute since I made a booktube video, but it's Christmas Eve and I really wanted to do this tag since I saw Thoughts on Tomes do it. And it is the Grinch tag. And since I have a few books that I've read this year that I just like hated, like I figured this would be the perfect time to get that aggression out. So let's get started. So for the first question, it says, half of the lights on the Christmas tree are burnt out. Name a book, series, or character that started out good but then went downhill. I'm gonna have to say Triss from Divergent because I've only read the first and the second book, but I loved her in the first book and I loved the character development in the story. But then like in the second book, it was just kind of like, I don't know. I just don't know. And that's the only character I can really think of. And then I know what happens in the third book because I got spoiled for it. So then I'm just like, ugh, why? So for the second question, annoying great Aunt Sally who will not leave you alone. Name a book that you didn't enjoy but everyone else seems to love so it never goes away. I wanted to rant about this book forever, and that book is Throne of Glass. I read this a couple months ago. I couldn't even finish it. I was on the last 20 pages, but it was so horrible, and I know I'm gonna get a ton of fucking hate, but I cannot. That book, no, just like her as a character and the story, like I was expecting some badass fantasy book and I feel like I just like got a lot of talking, a lot of bullshit, and it just did not live up to my expectations, which could be because it was like way overhyped, and I rechecked it out from the library twice and like I just couldn't do it, so yeah, sorry. Number 3, your pets keep knocking over the Christmas decoration. Name a character that kept messing things up for everyone else. Can't pick a villain. I had a really good one for this earlier. Okay. Spoiler alert here. If you haven't seen the Maze Runner series, the first one and the second one, then stop watching. But the girl in that, because she betrayed him in the second book, in the second movie, so that's all I can come up with. Yeah. Number 4, you hear your parents putting out the presents and learn Santa isn't real. Name a book you were spoiled for. Ooh. I already mentioned this one earlier, but I was spoiled for Allegiant. Because of BookTube, or not really because of BookTube, it was my fault I guess, because I was scrolling through comments on, I don't know, it was like a video that was talking about Divergent, and then I of course came across Allegiant, or no, I was watching somebody's video, that's what it was, I was watching somebody's video and they mentioned it, and I was like, why? Why would you do that? Like, you just spoiled that for so many people. But then again, it's probably my fault because, like, I've waited forever to read it. Oh well. Number 5. It's freezing outside. Name a character you just couldn't connect with. I hate to be repetitive, but I'm gonna say Selena Sardothian from Throne of Glass. I just could not connect with her, and the thing was, the writing style of the book wasn't even horrible. I just could not stand her as a character. There were no like qualities that I was like, oh yeah, I can relate to that. She was just cocky, and she kind of reminded me of like the mean girl at school. she was kind of like a Regina George type of character. At least that's how I was imagining her. And I just, she didn't do it for me. Sorry. Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You and is playing over and over and over and over. And it's giving you anti-romantic feels. Name a couple you couldn't stand. Can we talk about TV shows? Because I just watched the first season of Game of Thrones and I really do not like the Lannisters, the brother and the sister. They were mean. And they pushed the little boy off of that terrace and that was not okay, in my opinion. So I don't like them. I don't like any of the Lannisters except for the midget. I don't know a better way to put it. I'm sorry if I offended someone. Sorry. Okay. Shh, doggies. Okay, number 7. That scratchy homemade wool sweater you got for Christmas years ago but won't get rid of. Show some books that have been sitting on your shelves for a while and you aren't motivated to read but you haven't the heart to get rid of. I'm not going to show you those books, but because my bookshelf is in my bedroom, but I'll show you all the books that are sitting over here in my living room. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Those aren't even all of the books that I own. So yeah, I have to read all of those. I'm trying to go on a book buying ban right now because I own so many books. Number 8, Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. That really sucks for you, Grandma. I'm sorry. Name a character death you still are mad about. Warn people for spoilers. You can also use TV or movie deaths. Okay. I have 2. I have a movie death, or a TV show death, and then I have kind of sort of a book death that I was just like, why? No, I have 3. Actually, I have 3. If you haven't finished season 1 of Game of Thrones, if you haven't read the 3rd book of the Mario Dyer trilogy, and you haven't read the 3rd book in the City of Bones trilogy, or Mortal Instruments, not trilogy, series, then stop watching. So, the first one is the Game of Thrones, so if you haven't finished season 1 of Game of Thrones, then stop watching. And that's gonna be Ned Stark. I was just like, why? So mad. Just, ugh. And then the second one is going to be for the Mara Dyer trilogy, and that is when Noah and Mara both died, and then they came back to life, and I was just like, what the hell? Why are you doing this to me? My feels are all over the place. Why? And then the third one is in the 3rd book of the Mortal Instruments series when Jace died and came back to life, and I was like, why? What? Why? Why would you do this to me? Why? Okay, number 9. The malls are overly crowded with holiday shoppers. Name a series that has too many books in it or went on too long. Now, I haven't finished this series, but I've read the 1st and 2nd book, and that is the Asylum series. So Asylum and then Sanctum. And I have not read the 3rd book, so I'm prejudging, but like, I read the 1st and the 2nd book, and I really want it to be an end. So I really want it to be a duology, because I don't see how they can go on in the 3rd book, so I'm really intrigued. And I'm kind of weary to read the 3rd book, because I'm like, where can you go from there? I mean, I'm going to pick it up and read it still, but I'm like, I kind of just wanted it to end at the 2nd book in Sanctum, because then I just felt like they wrapped everything up, but maybe there's more questions to be answered. I don't know. And number 10, name a main character you hate. No villains again. Yeah, sorry guys, but I'm gonna have to say Selena Sardothian. She's just a bitch. Let's be real here. She's just a bitch. And y'all can back her up and say she has reasons for what she's doing. Maybe she does, but that doesn't mean she's any less of a bitch, okay? And I think that's why I don't relate to her. I don't There's no emotional connection between us. So yeah. Anyways, so that is all of the questions. If you guys want to do this tag, then do it. I know we've only got 1 day left till Christmas, but I don't know. You can do it tomorrow on Christmas Day if you have nothing to do. Do I have a freaking lipstick on my face? No, it's just as it. I appreciate all of you guys watching, and please like, comment, subscribe. I love you. Pew, 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 pew. Bye. Merry Christmas.